Awesome.
I guess we're muted.
I hope so, Coach.
here at the home of Chris Mabry Field. Tonight's contest features the Bulldogs of Clarkdale versus Ethel Tigers. I'm Brian Jordan. With me is the one, the only, Dr. Roy McNeil. Doc, welcome back to another edition of Clarkdale football.
Coach, thank you, sir. And what a fantastic evening it is. Looking forward for the home opener of the Bubba Brandon era here at Clarkdale High School. I'd like for it to feel a little bit more like football weather. It feels like we need to break out the arc at some point. Any rain in the forecast this evening?
I believe there's rain in the forecast for the next 17 years. Speaking of Bubba Brandon, let's talk about Coach Brandon for just a second. Coach Brandon's coming out of what we call football retirement. He got into administration for a little bit. Coach Brandon's had stints at Quitman, Enterprise, and Stringer. He's had success everywhere that he's coached. He's coached a little basketball, a lot of football. Won a state championship not only as a player but as a coach, head coach at Stringer. Extremely successful. And not only that, a great teacher as well. Doc teaches biology for me, which is pretty nice.
Man who comes with, as you pointed out, a fantastic resume, disciplined, goal-oriented, done a great job everywhere he has gone. I know I'm excited that we have him at Clarkdale, and I feel like our Clarkdale fans are too. Looking forward to see what we see for him this evening.
Well, tonight's matchup with the Tigers from Ethel is going to be a challenge to start off with. Historically, Ethel's not been great, but last season had a lot of success. They've got a couple skilled guys that take care of the football, some big linemen. They went 2 or 3 rounds deep in the playoffs last year, bringing most of their kids back. So going to be a challenge for a young offensive line for the Bulldogs.
I was taking a look at them during the warm-up. Some big, strong, good-looking kids out there,
Yes,
Coach.
they do. I got to watch a little film this week. They're gonna play power football. They're gonna run it. Not a whole lot of razzle-dazzle. They're going to line up, run right at you. Every once in a while, they'll run a little misdirection. But for the most part, they are just going to try to pound you into the ground and wear you down throughout the game.
It'll give us an opportunity to look at that Clarkdale defense, which we feel like is one of our strengths. Question will be is how well are they conditioned? Or are they ready to go this early in the season for a game where they're going to be pounded for 4 straight quarters?
It's going to be tough for both teams. We're fortunate at Clarkdale. We don't have a lot of guys that have to play both ways. We do have a few, but judging by the film, Ethel has just about every guy that plays both ways. And then this humidity and this heat tonight, third and fourth quarter could be tough.
Makes it difficult. This weather's certainly a factor.
Have the coin toss happening. The seniors are the captains for the Bulldogs. A host of seniors, another big senior group. Anytime you have a large senior group at a 2A school, you hope for some success because of that, because those kids have been in the program and worked and lifted and conditioned and done everything to get to this point. So a lot of senior starters on both sides of the football for the Bulldogs.
A lot of experience in some key areas as far as we're concerned, Coach. We talked a little bit about Clarkdale defense. Some question marks, though. Some guys with not quite as much experience, particularly on the offensive line. How do we feel about that at this point?
We've got 2 guys coming back that played some on the offensive line last year. Mauricio Gonzalez being one of those, and KJ Patterson being the other. Those guys played a little bit on the offensive line last year, so they're kind of the anchors. Had a transfer, move in, play center as a 10th grader. Excited to see what he can do, but got some holes we have to fill there. Some guys played last week. Hopefully, kind of got the jitters out. Watched film, figured out what they need to do this week, clean some things up, and hopefully the Bulldogs can start fast and keep their foot on the gas.
So that'd be a little bit of a question mark for us going in here, but when you're on the offensive line, Coach, that's one of those question marks you answer very quickly. If things aren't going the way they need to, it's going to be very obvious in a big hurry. On the other hand, if they're getting the job done, that's also going to be very obvious in a big hurry.
Absolutely. Let's see the results here of the of the toss. They're shaking hands. Looks like Clarkdale's going to be.
Ethel has won the toss, and they will defer their choice to the second half. The Bulldogs have elected
Bulldogs are going to get the football to start the game. Ethel's going to be kicking from the clock. KFC, as they like to call it in the football vernacular.
Absolutely. So we'll get a chance to take a look at that offensive line right to start with.
You know, one gap that we had to fill that a lot of people are not talking about, Doc, is in the kicking game. Mason Horn graduated. Mason's had kicking duties since I've been here,
and did a phenomenal job.
And it's one of the best
strengths,
one of the best kickers in our area.
Remove your caps.
You're going to be excited to see what happens with the kicking game, I think, moving forward. At this time, we'll pause for the invocation and the national anthem.
Father, just thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you for this day that you've given us to come out here and play some football, God. I pray you just hold off the weather, Lord. Thank you for the freedom that you give each and every one of us and the blessings you give each and every one of us. God, I pray for safety over all these football players, and I pray that they play with sportsmanship and they respect each other, Lord. And I just thank you for everything you do for us. And send your Son and on the cross for us. Amen.
Remain standing for the national anthem being performed by the Clarkdale Band under the direction of Mr. Caleb Landrum.
Great job there by the Clarkdale Band. Doc, we're just moments away from the start of this football season. I am excited.
I am excited as well. I look out here, a very respectable crowd. Folks trickling around on both sides, trying to find room to get in. They look excited too, Coach. Got a good crowd this evening.
Considering the weather, it's people have come out. You know, this weather's been crazy. It's rained every day this week. Yesterday afternoon, it was supposed to rain a ton, and it didn't. Thank goodness. Gave us a chance to get the field ready. Coaches did a great job with that.
Here come your Bulldogs.
And here are the Bulldogs. Did a
Field
great
does.
job getting it ready. Field looks phenomenal. It's in great shape. We got a little shower today. Then the weather is back and forth. Is it going to rain? It's not going to rain. But here at kickoff, it looks pretty good right now.
Field does look phenomenal as the Bulldogs take the
Coaches for
field.
the Bulldogs are Henry Sanders, Joey Etheridge, and Will Bowler, the head coach.
And at this point, it does indeed look as if there's a good chance that the weather will hold off.
Doc, we talked a good bit about the offense. I'm excited to see the Bulldog defense. A lot of returners there. That defensive line's returning. Got some talented players there. Played as young players last year, and excited to see what they do this year.
Well, you've got to look at that defense as guys who picked up a lot of experience last year and returning this year. You've got to look at that as a strength.
Some of our returners that had some big honors last year. We've got Parker Webb returning. He was a second-team All-District safety. Landon Belt, first-team All-District linebacker. And Lance Rawson, second-team All-District running back. So
3 guys involved in a lot of tackles, 3 guys whose names we mentioned a lot, who know what they're doing out there on the field, be able to direct some of these younger guys.
Speaking of Belk and Rawson, they're back deep for the Bulldogs. They're at about the 5-yard line. Doesn't really look like Ethel's planning on kicking it deep. Bulldogs are shifting a little bit. LaDanya Adams moving to the middle right there. LaDanya is a dynamic player. Almost looks like we're going to do a little onside kick right here. Let's see what. And there it is. And Bulldogs recovered. Do a great job right there. We wanted to decline that, I'm sure. And just take the football right there at the 49-yard line.
First regular season play of this 2022 season. Looks pretty good for the Bulldogs as they pick up what is excellent field position to get started.
You got to kick it again. I don't think that's a declinable penalty. Got to kick it again. Going to back them up 5. That could.
Well, that could change the complexion of that situation.
That could definitely change it.
Let's run through it again and see what happens.
Let's see if Ethel decides to try that onside kick again. I believe that was also Brooks there on the recovery. Did a great job of fielding that. Didn't worry about it going 10 yards. He saw a nice hop, attacked the football, got it. Used some of those baseball skills. And they are teeing it up again, showing onside kick.
And we'll see if the outcome looks similar.
That one bounces around a little bit.
Bounce around. We've got a little.
I believe Ethel's going to have it.
Onside kick recovered by the Ethel Tigers.
Ethel does indeed recover it.
It's always tough right there. You do a good job recovering. And that one didn't take that nice hop that the other did. It stayed low, squibbed around there, and bounced off a few players, recovered by the Tigers.
Well, we'd like to have that first one back, but this turn of events will give that seasoned Bulldog defense an opportunity to make a statement right here at the beginning of the ball game, maybe set the tone for what we're about to see over the course of the next few minutes. Ethel, as I understand it, without somebody who's in the classic quarterback role.
Yeah, ball pops out. Bulldogs looking to make a big stop right here, and they wrap him up.
Clarkdale defense makes a statement to begin with.
Ethel does a lot of direct snaps, runs the ball. They will hand it off coming back underneath to the little wing back. Say little wing back. He's not a little wing back, Doc. He's a wing back, but
I saw him, Coach. He is definitely not a little wing back.
They like to run the football behind number 22. He's kind of their blocking back, and he likes to make a hole. Ethel comes back out in that power set, and they're going to run it straight ahead. Not much happening right there. Bulldogs gang tackle.
Once again, a fine job by that Bulldog defense.
Going to bring down. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out, Doc. It's going to bring down 3rd and super red. Probably should have held that one a little longer in my pocket, but the opportunity
season started,
was there.
Go ahead and roll it on out.
And so let's just go ahead. There it is, 3rd and super red.
Up front, we're looking at Elijah Hood, Luke Goodson, Drake Collin, all those guys getting in there, making a good stop.
A lot of athletic ability on that defensive line. And that's going to be a false start. Are we going to call a false start, or are we just going to let them run it? Not sure what the line judge on that side was looking at.
Ethel Tigers eyeballing a lot of distance for the hope of a first down and going in the wrong direction.
I do believe they were going to throw a pass right there, Doc.
Yes, sir, I believe you're right. And apparently that is one of those things they don't do a whole lot of and just weren't ready to make it happen.
Right.
Not much execution right there, Coach. .31 for a first down.
They're going to give it back around.
Number 4 swings around the outside.
Nice job tackling right there by number 2, Cade Hopkins. Pickup of about 7 or 8, but it's still going to be fourth and a long way to go.
Gets a little bit of it back, but a long way from getting enough of it.
Looks like they may be bringing the punt unit out.
Number 3 dropping back into punt formation. Number 2, Cade Hopkins, dropping back to receive. Kick is up, barely up.
And Hopkins lets it roll there.
Ethel bounce and is down right outside the 10-yard line.
Looked like we had a chance to block that right there and kind of pulled off at the last second. Maybe a good decision because we do get the football.
We'll get an opportunity to.
A new home can change the quality of your life. It's an investment in your family. A new home is a major financial commitment as well. And that's why we're committed to providing you with the best mortgage possible. Come see us for a mortgage you can live with. We're an equal housing lender. First State Bank. Serving you is what
brings up the Bulldogs.
First regular season snap for the Bulldogs. Get an opportunity to look at that young offensive line.
Hard running right there by Isaiah Brown. Isaiah's just a sophomore, I believe, Doc.
Brown in that offensive line pushing some folks back for a few yards, but a flag down on the field.
Be a face mask, 5-yard variety.
That'll give the Bulldogs a little breathing room. Five yards on top of what was a hard 5 yards for Isaiah Brown. But nevertheless, a very solid pickup on what was first down.
Lasagna comes in motion, cuts it back underneath, finds some running room. Picks up about 7 or 8. Brings it outside the, right to the 20-yard line.
Nice run there by number 23, LaDonya Adams, picking up a first down for the Bulldogs. LaDonya, as you pointed out just a few minutes ago, Coach, very versatile, does a lot of good things for the Bulldogs. Kind of one of the field leaders for these guys.
Tight end to right side, tight end wing. Rawson comes in motion, gives straight ahead to Brown. Brown breaks a tackle.
Nice run there by Brown.
Ball comes out.
Clarkdale does indeed keep possession, though. First down Bulldogs.
They're going to say he was down.
And I think that was a good call, Coach.
It's a big run right there by Brown. Nice job by that offensive line. Making a hole, finding some running room.
And I think early on we've answered that
Personal
question.
foul face mask. Going to add 15 more to the end of that, Doc. That's two. That's actually 3 penalties that have cost the Tigers so far this contest.
Those penalties will cost you dearly. I'm sure the Clarkdale offense appreciates the assistance, but quite frankly, they've been getting the job done by themselves, flag or no flag. Looking pretty good here to start off.
Yeah, that offensive line is moving people, doing a great job. Browns run the football hard. See what the Bulldogs have up their sleeve here. Gives to Rawson underneath. Rawson runs hard there, picks up a couple.
Rawson, the ball carrier, finds about 3 yards of running room before he's stopped by number 3, Anton Clark.
Rawson battling there. Somebody got a handful of jersey, and Rawson dragged him for 2 or 3 yards. Good strong run there by the senior.
Rawson's one of those kids that's fun to watch when he gets in the open field because he can absolutely fly.
Yes, sir. One of our all-district picks on defense. Getting it done on offense.
Rawson comes in motion. Ball pops
High
out.
snap. Culpepper recovers it, but has to eat it.
It goes the wrong way. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 17 or 18.
Miscue threatens to stall what has been an excellent first drive for the Bulldogs.
Hands off to LaDanya. Got some little bit of running room. Oh, ball pops out.
Loose.
Recovered by the Bulldogs.
Clarkdale does recover, but loses another yard or 2. And that will bring up 4th down. And I feel confident we'll see the punting unit.
Yes. This is one of those situations where if you can pin them back deep, let your defense play.
Some bright spots there by the offense. Offensive line looks solid. Couple of good solid runs.
Cal Culpepper's taking on punt duties. He'll have all kicking duties this year.
Costly mistake or 2 brings the drive to an end, brings in the punting team.
Good snap, kicks up.
Culpepper gets his foot in it.
Nice kick, takes a roll there. It's going to be inside the 20. Ball's on about the 16. Good kick there.
Ethel will be pinned back deep against that Clarkdale defense.
When you have work to be done, think SunSouth, where quality John Deere equipment is more affordable. SunSouth, those that do.
And we're back to the action. Looks like false start. Both teams a little sloppy on offense so far. Clarkdale's had a little trouble holding on to the football. Ethel's found themselves with some penalty issues.
Ethel Tigers probably happy to get that particular penalty. Looked like the snap was going to bounce around on the ground and give the Bulldogs a chance to recover it if they didn't. So, as it is, Ethel retains possession, but pinned even deeper than they were just a minute ago.
Direct snap, straight up the middle. Not much happening there. Pick up 1 or 2. And that's going to be the heat timeout. With that, let's take a commercial break.
That brings us to the heat timeout here in the first quarter. Near this heat timeout,
0-0, 5:30 remaining in the first quarter.
Second down, 12 yards to go for the Ethel Tigers. There's your snap.
Handoff goes wide. That's a nice tackle right there for a loss. Let's see who made that tackle. That's Gavin Farmer, number 7. Gavin Farmer. My neighbor. Like to see my neighbors do great things.
Learned everything he knows from you, didn't he, Coach?
Every bit of it.
That Clarkdale defense proven to be the great strength we thought it would be, as we discussed in the pregame. Really right now doing a number on the Ethel Tigers as they back them up even more.
3rd and long, you got to be expecting pass, but they will run the power outside right there. And that's a nice job by the Bulldogs coming up. That's a good hard run right there. Some big blocks outside. I believe that was Marcus Jones. He's going to pick up about 8 or so. Going to bring up 4th and about 8.
Jones, a big bruising running back. Clarkdale does a good job of bringing him down.
Let's see if Clarkdale goes after this one right here, Doc. There's the snap. And looks like they might have got a hand on it.
Looks like they got a hand on that one, Coach.
And that's going to take a Bulldog bounce. Ball's going to be on about the 41 1/4 right there.
And this time the Bulldogs will enjoy that fantastic field position that I incorrectly gave them after that first onside kick, Coach.
Yeah.
Appreciate the good folks at 601 Sports. It's a destination for all your hunting, fishing, and sporting good needs. Whether you get little ones ready for baseball, looking for something to wear yourself or off the field, or just stocking up on supplies for hunting and fishing season, we've got what you need through every season. Located on Highway 39 in Meridian. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5:30 and Saturdays 10 to 5. By all means, go by and visit the good folks at 601 Sports.
Culpepper rolls out. He's got a little room right here to run. And he's going to step out of bounds after about a 5-yard. Little indecisive right there. He got the edge. We do have a flag on the play. Not sure what this flag's going to be. Kind of late there.
Went by 601 Sports the other day, Coach. Saw a Benchmade bug-out pocket knife you can buy for me when you're feeling like that. So
I'll swing by there tomorrow, Doc, and I will take care of that.
I knew a man of your means could take care of me, my friend.
Got a dead
What's
ball.
that flag look like?
Oh, Ethel is just, they are. Seems like the penalties are just piling up on the Tigers this afternoon.
First down and 10. Ball spotted just inside the 20-yard line.
I don't have a stat right in front of me, but they have put together a lot of penalties and lost a lot of yardage over that
we've had,
course of the last few minutes.
2 personal fouls, so at least 30. A couple of offsides, 3 offsides, I do believe, just right off memory, and then a 5-yard face mask. So they have definitely piled them up here in this first quarter.
Bulldogs looking to take advantage.
Isaiah caught from the backside there.
Stop made by number 65, Jacob Holden, and number 50, Kyler Mathurna.
Not much there.
And 11.
We'll see a 2nd and 11 or a long 10.
Offense looks a little different than it did last year. They're a no-huddle offense now. Not a hurry-up offense, but a no-huddle offense.
Culpepper directing traffic. Seems comfortable in command.
Culpepper keeps up the middle. Culpepper's got a little room, and he will find
in
the
there.
end zone.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Nice little quarterback trap right there. Fake the speed sweep. Get everybody moving that way. Culpepper showing the speed. Getting it done. And now the extra point unit will come in.
Bulldogs strike first on what is a nifty little run by Cal Culpepper.
Parker Webb's going to hold right here. Culpepper going to attempt the extra point, and it's good.
This point is up and good.
Good. And with 2 minutes, 59 seconds remaining in the first quarter, your score, Clarkdale 7, Ethel 0.
Well-designed play there on that little quarterback keeper.
Culpepper showing the speed that we all knew he had. Bulldogs strike first with 2 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bulldogs 7, Ethel 0.
And, Coach, we'll take a look and see if that Ethel offense can pull it together and keep those yellow flags off the field. So far, hadn't had much going.
Tigers, number 3, Anton Clark, and number 8, Marcus Jones.
Mobile Imaging brings diagnosis x-rays and EKG services to you. Service patients' homes, assisted and independent living homes, nursing home facilities, and more. Certainly appreciate the good folks at Mobile Images and their support of the Clarkdale Bulldogs.
Culpepper tees it up. Low kick, takes a couple of hops. Nice tackle right there, some big hits.
Two big bodies colliding there. I heard that one up here in the booth.
I did too. I like to hear those hits.
Makes me feel like it's football season, Coach.
I like to hear those hits in October, though, Doc, when the weather's a little cooler.
Absolutely.
Ethel gets the ball on about the 35-yard line. They come out with wing and H-back to the left. And it's a direct snap, direct run. Bulldogs wrap it up.
Ethel offense so far looking fairly one-dimensional. Clarkdale Bulldog defensive line seems to have it sniffed out pretty well so far.
But you know they got to have something that they're waiting to pull out, Doc. It can't just be a direct snap, run the football every single play. There's got to be something that they're waiting on right here to put out there. And there you go again with that direct snap.
Bulldogs are ready for it.
Number 8, Marcus Jones.
Another run there. Jones again running hard, picks up a couple.
Ethel continues along the same vein for the moment, but I agree with you, Coach. There's got to be something in that playbook that we haven't seen yet.
Be 3rd and 6. Ethel taking their time, trying to use as much of that clock as they can. Same formation, just to the right side. Direct snap to 3. 3's got a little running room right there. Pulls up just shy of the first down. Going to be 4th and about 1. Looked like he tried to change directions and his feet kind of got stuck. And had he kept running right there, I believe he gets the first down.
That Ethel offensive line opening up a little room there for number 3.
We spoke a little earlier of Coach Brandon. Coach Brandon brought with him Will Voller. Coach Voller's coming to us. Again, he was one of those retired coaches we stole out of administration. Coach Voller's been very successful as a defensive coordinator. He's running this Clarkdale defense. Direct snap, and looks like he probably picked up that first. Had some guys in the backfield right there. They just couldn't quite find him. He slips through, picks up about 3. Jay Carter on the tackle. Jay's one of those kids that when you look at him, he is extremely impressive.
Yes, sir.
Jay has all the tools to be able to play a little college football. Jay actually has a brother, Doc, right now that plays basketball for LSU.
I'm looking forward to catching him on television during the season, Coach.
Direct snap. Nice job right there by the Bulldogs.
Good job, that Bulldog defense. You mentioned Coach Voller a minute ago. We are thrilled to have him. I'll say this for Coach Voller. He cuts an imposing image out there on the field.
He is an impressive, kind of like Jay Carter. He's impressive when you see him in person.
Yes, sir.
16.
And brings with him, as you pointed out correctly, a wealth of coaching knowledge.
That brings the first quarter to a conclusion.
And at the end of the first quarter, your Bulldogs 7, Ethel 0.
And at this conclusion, I'd like to introduce to you the Clarkdale cheerleaders. Clarkdale cheerleaders are Haley Claire Culpepper, Lauren Belt, McCall Gilmore, Avery Knoll.
Some business lenders only care about their bottom line. That's how our bank's different. Oh, we care about profits, all right. We care about yours. You see, it's always been our philosophy to put our business customers' needs ahead of our own. And that's worked out pretty well for both of us. We care about your business. First State Bank. Serving you is what we do best. Member FDIC. Online at firststatebnk.com.
When do you think SunSouth?
When the fields need planting.
When it's time for that tranquil getaway from that daily 9-to-5 grind.
When you have work to be done, think SunSouth, where quality John Deere equipment is more affordable. SunSouth, for those that do.
Direct snap number 8, Marcus Jones. Picks up about 3 yards.
And we're back to some live action. Direct snap to number 8 for Ethel. Picks up about 5 yards.
Isaiah Brown with a tackle right there. Going to bring it up 3rd and 12. Ethel's found themselves in this position several times so far this game.
Ethel comes up the line for what could indeed be a big play right here.
Direct snap. Looked like a hold right there. Several holds.
Several flags come flying onto the field after that one.
I believe we're going to probably take that penalty right there.
We'll let the gentleman in stripes get it sorted out, but it looks as if
holding against the Ethel Tigers.
The Ethel Tigers will be backing up.
Coach Brandon does indeed take the penalty. It's going to be a spot foul, going to be 3rd and now about 14 instead of 3rd and 12. Anytime those wide receivers, Doc, when they block, that's the easiest guys to see hold. You know, once that DB tries to get away.
Right out there in the wide open, aren't they, Coach?
You got to let him go. You can engage him, but you got to let him go. It's always hard to teach those receivers. And to be honest with you, it's probably unfair because those big guys inside right there can grab and tug and pull and turn, and nobody ever sees that. Direct snap. Jay Carter out there, and
Carter and the host of Bulldogs sniffed that one out and shut it down. We'll see a 4th down, Coach.
Boy, I believe when 8 right there saw Carter, I don't know for sure, but his eyes probably got big. Mine did.
Mine did. I think you're right. I think there's an excellent chance his did as well.
During
Big
the
Jay
spring,
getting his business taken care of right there.
During the spring and the beginning of the season, Carter and Hood, we were afraid they were going to have to play offense and defense, which was going to be tough. It's tough for those big guys to have to play both ways. But luckily we had it's going to be a false start there as well. We had had a kid move in. Terry Jones transferred in. He's playing center for us, so he's able to take some duties there. And some of those young guys stepped up and showed, hey, I want to play. And it allows Jay and Hood to just focus on defense, which helps us tremendously.
Both lines certainly doing a solid job this evening, and as you pointed out correctly, keeping those guys fresh.
It's almost blocked. That's a nice kick right there.
That is a nice kick. Hopkins.
Not sure what Hopkins is doing right there. But here's what I'm not going to do, Doc. I am not going to call him an idiot. I am not. Now, I'm sure that Coach Brandon's going to have a conversation with him and say, you either come get that on the first hop or you get away from it. I don't care if it rolls to the half-yard line. Do not fall on that football.
I was ready to jump in there and clean that one up for you, Coach.
Oh, no,
I've been
Doc.
practicing all year long.
No, Doc. It was brought to my attention that last season that Hawk Allen, I love you, bud, if you're listening right now. Great kid. Hawk's one of my favorite students that's come through Clarkdale. But, I apologized, and we both learned and grew from it and moved on. Hawk never did that again, and nor shall I.
Coach, I want you to know it warms both Hawk's heart and mind to see a man willing to turn over a new leaf.
Rawson's got some room out there. That's going to be a hold. It's going to come back.
Lance Rawson, the ball carrier. There's a flag.
Our producer was over there shaking his head. Sometimes he just wonders what's going to come out of our mouth, especially mine. He's checking his phone to see if we're getting any texts from any of our big producers. ESPN has not called yet, but I'm sure they will.
Line must be busy, Coach. That's all I can
It
figure.
must be. Maybe he needs to check his cell service.
Mr. Kyle Crenshaw keeping this operation up and running.
Bulldogs. Will engage game and back them up.
Be a holding there against the Bulldogs. On a nice run right there.
Trying to keep me and Coach Durden out of trouble. Trying to make sure I don't fumble, stumble, and bumble through this conversation.
It's going to be first and a long way now.
Going to be first down and long. First down about 19.
Bulldogs going in the wrong direction. Got a 1st and 19. Pinned back deep.
See what Coach Brandon has up his sleeve here. Tight end wing to the top of the formation. 2 receivers. Rawson goes in motion. Gives back underneath, and there is a gaping hole right there. LaDonya Adams with some
LaDonya
room.
broke up loose, and he is gone. You will not catch him.
Belk's running with him. There is no flags.
Touchdown, Clarkdale.
That's a nice run, nice play call, nice execution. Great job by the offensive line. Great job in the backfield with those fakes right there. And LaDonya showing that speed. I'm just going to go ahead and say this right here because I gave LaDonya a hard time this week. Last week in the Jamboree, LaDonya ran that same play, and he got ran down from behind. Kid from Collins just ran him down. I believe he was on the other side of the field, too, when he ran him down. But LaDonya made sure he turned the Jets on and ran away from everybody right there.
No danger of that tonight, Coach. He apparently learned from that conversation because he turned it on there. There's a kick. It is up and good. And with 9:15 left in the second quarter, Clarkdale Bulldogs take a 14-0 lead.
Cal Culpepper in to kick the ball off of the Bulldogs.
And we're back.
Number 3, Anton Clark, and number 8, Marcus Jones.
Culpepper tees it up. And he pooch kicks it. Finds a hole right there, and it's going to take a bounce and go out of bounds.
Culpepper's kick travels out of bounds. Generating a flag on the play.
Let's see if Ethel decides to take the ball on the 35 or if they want us to kick it again. If you're one of the 100,000 people listening to this broadcast and you want to find out how to be one of our sponsors, contact Kyle Crenshaw, our producer. Kyle's excellent at graphics. If you have your own commercial, we can run it. If you need us to shoot a commercial, we'll figure it out. And by we, I mean Kyle will figure it out.
I guarantee a little talk with Kyle can improve your business. By all means, give him a call.
Ethel decides to take it on the 35. It is a direct snap. They double team Hood, not Hood, I'm sorry. They double team Big J up top, and they didn't move him.
Speaking of business, the Clarkdale Bulldogs certainly taking care of theirs this evening. Great stop there by the defense. Hadn't been anything especially flashy, but the Bulldogs have put together a solid 14-0 lead and appear to be in the driver's seat at this point in the ball game.
And I do believe it's time for Ethel to maybe try handing it off to somebody.
I think I'd try that at this stage.
And we're going to throw it right here.
There's a little something new and different. It is a completed
nice
pass
tackle
there.
right there. That quarterback looked pretty good spinning that football right there. Picks up about 8.
Kate Hopkins
7 or 8.
A great stop there, but pretty nifty little throw and catch right there.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
Looks like we kind of lost the wing back in the shuffle right there. He slips out, but again, you know, when you see power, it's hard to cover somebody. Be 3rd and short. I do expect to see a direct snap right here. And we do.
And there it is.
And nothing happening right there. Actually lost maybe a half a yard. It's going to be 4th down.
We'll bring up 4th down.
4th and about 3.
Long
2.
Your neighbor once again in on the tackle there, Coach.
Gavin getting his name called out. Going to make him YouTube famous. Defensive line needs to watch the football right here. Don't jump off sides. Don't give them anything. Direct snap.
Yeah, it's bumped around a little bit. And
that's
down
going to be
goes.
Clarkdale football with great field position right there.
Actually, once again, loses yardage on that one. Looks like Clarkdale Bulldogs will take over about the
40-yard line.
40-yard line.
Generous spot.
Very generous.
Generous spot. But it's still Clarkdale football.
And still excellent field positions.
Cal Culpepper given the play right here. They always start the series with a huddle. Culpepper commanding that offense. Been doing that since he was a 9th grader. Has matured into a pretty good quarterback.
Calm, very experienced. A lot of physical talent.
Rawson coming in motion, gives straight ahead. That's some hard running right there by Brown.
Isaiah Brown with 5 hard yards.
Picks up 5.
Nice run there by Brown.
Brown's one of those kids that when you look at him, you say, man, this kid's well put together. And then when you see him in the weight room, you think, wow. I mean, he absolutely moves the weights. He runs hard. He's got some breakaway speed when he gets the chance. And he does not mind pounding it between the tackles.
Ethel Tigers take him down after 5, but he made them pay for it. Hard run there by
Rawson
Isaiah
comes
Brown.
back in motion, gives underneath to Rawson. He cuts it up. He's going to pick up about 1.
The ball carrier cuts it up for a gain of 2, maybe 3. Brought down by number 88, Walter Wilkerson, and number 1, Bobo Hubbard.
Picks up a couple. It'll bring up
Gain of 2.
third and long 3.
And that's going to bring us to a heat timeout.
Brings us to the heat timeout. And here in this heat timeout, I'd like to introduce you to the 8th grade.
Let's hear from a few of our
freshman
sponsors
band
during this timeout.
members. Freshman band members include
Goals. We hear a lot about those. As your financial partner, we share the same goals you've set for yourself and your family. That's why we constantly work to provide the right loans, saving products, and the life-improving financial services that make it possible to even exceed those goals. We're here to help you every step of the way. First State Bank. Serving you is what we do best. Member FDIC. Online at firststatebnk.com.
Certainly appreciate their support, the Clarkdale Bulldogs.
Be third down and about 3, maybe 4. Culpepper rolls out. He's looking. He finds some room.
Culpepper keeps it.
And he will have the first down.
Easily picks up your first down.
first down. Bulldogs.
Down inside the 25-yard line. Clarkdale once again threatening.
Two receivers this side of the field. Rawson comes in motion. Fake, straight ahead. Culpepper gets tripped up. Had a running lane right there. Number 1 does a great job coming off the edge, tripping Culpepper up. Picks up about a yard.
Coach Brandon hollering some specifics there.
Gives Parker Webb.
Parker Webb, the ball carrier. Number 4, Jalen
Parker picks up about 1.
Gain of about 2.
Ethel Tigers arching their back just a little bit down inside the 25.
Be 3rd and 7 right here. Coach Brandon calls over his quarterback, Cal Culpepper, gives him a little instruction right there. Wants something very specific. Make sure we get it right here. This is a big 3rd down.
Culpepper, as you pointed out, very experienced, no stranger to this situation.
Rawson comes in motion. Culpepper's going to roll. He's looking. He had Webb open right there. Held it a little long. Should have come out. Culpepper's thinking about running right there. Saw some green grass. Pulls it back out. Going to bring up 4th down.
Couldn't quite connect there, and that will indeed bring up a 4th and long for the Clarkdale Bulldogs.
Coach Brandon giving the signal right there. Bulldogs lining up.
Coach Brandon and the Bulldogs appear poised to take another run at it on 4th down.
Coach Brandon decides to take a timeout, make sure he gets this one like he likes it. And with this timeout, let's go to our producers for a commercial.
Fourth down and 7 coming
Bulldogs
out of the timeout.
come out of their timeout. 4th and 7 right here.
Big
See-
play here with the Bulldogs.
see-
Should be interesting.
See what Coach Brandon's got called. Culpepper keeps. Got a blocker or two.
Culpepper fighting, doing a nice job. Gets down there.
Cal Culpepper, quarterback keeper.
And
Hunter Corley.
Close to that first down territory. Let's see what we have there.
First down.
be first down.
Bulldogs.
Nice run, nice call, nice execution.
Well-designed play
That offensive line holding their own.
by Coach Brandon and company, and perfectly executed by Cal Culpepper. That offensive line picks up that first down. Keeps the drive alive. Once again, Clarkdale threatening deep in Ethel Tiger territory.
It's always nice to have a quarterback that can run the football. It changes the dynamic of the offense. It's something else that the defense has to look at, especially when you have so many weapons. You got Brown that can pound it inside. You got your guys that can run your speed stuff. Just a lot of things. A lot of things that we can do there.
Culpepper's always been a serious threat because of his physical talents, but now you add 4 years of quarterbacking experience on top of that. That's a real asset to have.
Yes, it is. And what's nice is we've got some depth in some places that we've never had depth before. We've got some kids that can take some other kids' spots in some places, give them a breather. Because we all know that a kid that's fresh can play better than a kid that's not. Culpepper's going to keep that straight ahead.
Cal Culpepper, straight ahead.
And Culpepper, as you pointed out, surrounded by Brown and Adams, a pretty solid supporting cast there.
Yeah.
Fine football players in their own right.
22, Davion Hunt. Second down, 13.
Culpepper loses. Well, he didn't lose it. He gained 2. We had the delay of game.
Second and 13. Hard count there by Culpepper. Looks like we're going to see a Clarkdale timeout.
Their second charge timeout here in the first half of play.
Ethel does a good job right there on not biting on the hard count. Coach Brandon trying to get those yards back that we lost on the delay of game.
2:18 left in the half, and not a bad time to call that. Spend that time out, regroup, talk a little bit if indeed you don't pick up that penalty. Ethel defense does a good job staying put.
You always, anytime you're in the red zone, you want to score a touchdown. Well, Culpepper's leg, you're well within field goal range right here. He's shown that the extra points really, I hate to say it's not that difficult for him. He's stepped in and he's made 2 tonight with ease. And the range they're in right now wouldn't be much different than an extra point. But with that being said, you want to put the ball in the end zone.
Culpepper certainly has plenty of leg, but as you said correctly, anytime you get in that red zone, you want to punch it in the end zone, put 6 on the board.
Brown straight ahead, got a little room. He's fighting, pushing.
I'm fighting, pushing, breaks 3. Nice run there by Isaiah Brown.
Forward inside the 5-yard line. Close to a first down.
Deep into Ethel territory inside the 5, and it is a first down.
First down.
Clarkdale, first and goal inside the 5 with 2:09 remaining in the half.
Right here from this distance, I think you got 4 plays to get it
First
in.
down and goal.
Absolutely.
You don't have to get in a hurry. You got 2:09.
Got 2:09, 1 timeout remaining, 4 downs to work with.
Yeah, I mean, everything's working in your favor right here. Well, maybe it's third down. Did we measure it, or did we just look at it and say it's this far?
Correction, it is 4th down.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever.
Officials have corrected themselves. It is 4th down. And short.
Culpepper straight ahead, and he's
Culpepper's
going
going
to
to punch that into the end zone. Touchdown, Clarkdale.
Culpepper with his second touchdown of the evening. And with 2:02 remaining in the half, Bulldogs take the lead 20-0.
Culpepper and that extra point
Now,
upcoming.
Out of the hole to Parker Webb. Culpepper's kick is good.
Culpepper's 3 for 3
Kick is up and good.
with the extra points.
Good, Ethel 0.
And with 2:02 left in the half, Clarkdale takes what I think we can call a commanding 21-0 lead.
Cal Culpepper in to kick the ball off for the Bulldogs. Back deep for the Ethel Tigers, number 3, Anton Clark. Number 8, Marcus Jones.
Culpepper tees it up for the kick. Jones and Clark back deep to receive for the Tigers. Culpepper kicks that one deep, and that's going to go over everybody's head and in the end zone.
And out the back of the end zone. A lot of leg there from
A
Culpepper.
lot of leg. It's always a nice. It's nice when your kicker can kick it out of the end zone. That makes your kickoff pretty easy. You don't have to worry about a
Not going
return.
to be any return on that.
And Ethel gets the ball on the 20-yard line here. Let's see what they've got. What they got in mind. They're going under center here. Change it up a little bit.
A little change up.
Belk steps up, turns it back inside right there. Tackles made by Gavin Farmer again.
Doesn't translate into tremendous
Lance Rawson
yardage.
in there on the tackle as well.
2.5, 3 yards. Belk and Rawson team up there.
Gain of 1. They go under center right there. Show a little wing T action. It looked like trying to change it up, find something to get this offense for Ethel going. Now they're back in that shotgun formation with the H back in the wing to the same side. Direct snap. And nice hard run right there.
Number 3, Anton Clark.
Clarkdale doing a good job of hanging on to Clark and bringing him down.
Number 10, also Brooks on the tackle.
Maybe 4 yards. They'll call it a gain of 4, third down and 5.
2 quarters left in this contest, and Ethel Tigers seem to have lost a little spring in her step, Coach.
Doc, when it's hot and things aren't going your way, it's hard to find the motivation.
You can lose a little spring in your step pretty quickly, can't you?
Powerhouse, power run right there, going to pick up a couple. They put everybody on the right side, it looked like. And
4th down.
3 pretty straightforward runs.
I
We
believe-
find ourselves at 4th and 3 or 4.
I believe Ethel is going to be satisfied with trying to run this clock down right here and regroup, figure some things out at halftime. Yeah, they're going to try to run one more. Maybe. Maybe not. Clock's down to 4. They're not coming at it unless they burn a timeout.
Doesn't look like it. Tigers going to take it into the locker room.
That brings the first half to a conclusion.
It's a great half by Clarkdale right there. Defense doing exactly what we thought they were going to do. Offense having some success against a good Ethel defense. It's a good test for the first half. Let's see what Clarkdale does coming out in the second half. Doc.
Answered some significant questions for us. As you pointed out, that O-line doing a great job despite the fact that they're young. Clarkdale defense proving itself to be a strength. Culpepper's experience coming out. A great job of game strategy and planning and play calling by Coach Brandon. Everything appears to be clicking on all cylinders after the first half.
Absolutely. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in a few minutes. Bulldog fans, welcome back to the second half of action with your Clarkdale Bulldogs with a 21-0 lead over the Ethel Tigers. First half, Bulldogs have dominated. Total yards, Clarkdale 113, Ethel 26. Ethel's only had one first down to Clarkdale's 9, which is why the score is 21-0. Pretty dominating half of football.
113 to 26. If one statistic says it all, Coach, that's the one right there. Hard to get much going when you pick up 26 yards of total offense in a half.
Yeah. And you look at that and you go, well, Clarkdale's only got 113 yards. Well, we've had the short field, 2 out of the 3 times we've had the football?
If you start your drive on the 40,
you can't get many yards.
You can't get many yards.
Culpepper tees it up, and he's going to blast one deep, end over end, and it's going to go in the end zone again. Nice kick. Again, that's such a good thing to have in high school football. Not many teams are blessed to have a kicker that can put it in the end zone on the kickoff.
Prevents that always dangerous kickoff return. You see a lot of high school games, they turn around on that kickoff return.
That's a momentum changer. You take a 21-0 game and you start the half and the kid takes it back to the end, for a touchdown. Now it's 21-7 and it's a whole different ball game.
Changes the entire complexion of the game.
Ethel's going to change it up here. Go wide. Still going to be direct snap. Going to pick up a couple.
Ethel, if you'll pardon the paradox, showing a new variation of the same old thing, but not accomplishing a whole lot with it. A few yards there. Clarkdale defense seemed to sniff it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to spread it out and get some guys out of the box to open that running game up a little bit. Still power running, though. Hood in the backfield first right there, slows him down.
Followed by a host of Bulldogs that shut it down for no gain. LaDonya Adams wandering around there, several of them in there.
Jay Carter coming in from the backside, chasing it down from behind. He'll bring up 3rd and 6.
I'd hate to know I had Jay Carter after me, Coach.
I do believe I could run faster than I've ever run in my life.
That's good.
I'm just glad he's a great kid.
He is a fantastic kid.
Yeah.
Ball hits the ground, picked up quickly, but breaks up the rhythm of the play.
Quarterback does pick up a few yards right there.
Picks up 3 or 4. The busted play going to bring up a 4th and 3 or so.
And at this point in the ball game, I mean, Ethel's got to go for it. You can't afford to punt and give it back to an offense that technically you haven't stopped. We've only punted once, the Bulldogs, and that punt came off of some penalties. So
I would certainly think at this point you're in 4-down territory all the way for the foreseeable future. And sure enough, Ethel lines up to go for it on 4th down.
Timeout called.
Timeout called by the Ethel Tigers. Their first charge timeout here in the second half of play.
And with that timeout, let's hear from our sponsors. Ethel comes out of that timeout. They're going to go 4 wide with an H back. Quarterback keeps straight ahead, pushing. See where that's Looks like that spot may be enough for a first down. Let's see where that spot's at.
Stop made by Gavin Farmer, and he rides the hood.
First down.
First down, Ethel. A little break there for the Ethel Tigers. Nothing fancy and unusual despite all of that conversation during the timeout, but they do manage to power forward for the first down.
That's some early movement right there.
Second first down of the half. Second first down of the ball game, excuse me, for the Ethel Tigers.
Delay a game, maybe. It's going to back them up 5. This offense that Ethel's got against the Bulldog defense is it's going to struggle when they're behind the chains early on.
Not one of those offenses prone to pick up a lot of yardage quickly. Just not really a one-play offense.
Back in that original set right here. Just power football.
Ethel would like nothing more to grind it out 3 or 4 yards of play.
Nice job by Belk, stepping up, taking that blocker on, turning that play back inside. Hood and Webb cleaning it up there, making the tackle. Bring up 2nd and 14. Same formation. Give a nice tackle right there by number 7, Gavin Farmer. Farmer's getting his name called out a good bit tonight. That was that little trick play they like to run. Not really a trick play. They fake the power to the right and give it back underneath, and Farmer stayed at home, did a good job. Loss of several right there. 3rd and 16, 17. Going to be a hold, I do believe. Incomplete pass. Bulldogs had that covered up well.
Things going from bad to worse.
Holding is going to be declined. Going to bring up a long 4th down. I'm not sure the Tigers want to go for it from here. I'm sure the Bulldogs will be in a punt hold right here to kind of hold those linemen up. See if Cade gets a chance for a return. And it's a fake.
Oh, a fake punt.
And not a very good idea right there.
No.
Ball's going to be about the 30. Bulldogs to take over.
Nowhere close to enough for the first down. Would have been a good deal smarter for them to
just go ahead and kick it.
Go ahead and kick it.
Or throw it.
Put the Bulldogs a little further away from the end zone, but elected to run the fake punt and once again give them fantastic field position with which to start.
Swearingen checks in on offense. I believe this is his first series on offense. Had a few on defense. Swearingen, another one of those young kids.
Culpepper, the quarterback keeper.
Culpepper keeps it. No gain.
.728 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs prepared to burn some clock deep in the Ethel territory. I doubt you'll see anything too flashy or too dangerous from the Clarkdale Bulldogs.
Got to keep it simple. Run the clock. Culpepper looking. Got some room, slips a tackle right there.
Culpepper slips a tackle, picks up about 6, maybe 7 yards.
Pretty good run right there.
By number 50.
Looked like the defense secondary had that covered up pretty well.
Culpepper showing that experience, tucks it under, makes a nifty move. Nice little pickup there, 2nd and 5 upcoming. Less experienced quarterback might have thrown that one into coverage. Culpepper wisely tucks it under, turns it into a gain.
3rd down and 5 upcoming.
Give straight ahead.
Isaiah Brown, the ball carrier.
Going to bring up 4th and about
4 yards of running room.
1 or 2. Isaiah with a good hard run right there.
Isaiah Brown requiring a crowd of Ethel Tigers to bring him down as usual.
4th down and 2.
4th and 2. And going to be a false start against the Bulldogs. Going to back them up 5.
False start against the Bulldogs. 4th down and 7.
Bring up 4th and 7.
Bulldogs talking it over a little bit.
Bulldog got 3 receivers to the left side. Backs offset to the right. Culpepper's got plenty of room. Nice block right there by Swearingen. And looks like
he is in for the touchdown.
Touchdown.
Lost the ball there at the end, but after he had broken the plane, and the Bulldogs put up another 6.
Swearingen did a great job out there outside when he realized Culpepper was going to tuck it and go. Big block by Belk down around the end zone. Culpepper's able to get in.
Cal Culpepper into attempt to point after touchdown out of the hole of Parker Well.
And it looks
Looks
like it's good.
6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And with 6:10 remaining in the 3rd, Bulldogs 28, Ethel 0.
Ethel makes the ill-conceived decision to try a fake punt there on 4th down. Give the Bulldogs excellent field position, and the Bulldogs make them pay for it.
I'd like to thank Daniels Roofing for their fine sponsorship. They do a lot of work here around the school and in the county. Call Daniels Roofing for any roofing needs. Again, if you'd like to be a sponsor of Clarkdale football, help with this broadcast, reach the greater Meridian area, contact Kyle Crenshaw. He can set you up, help you with your commercial, help you with your graphics.
Cal Culpepper in to kick the ball off for the Bulldogs.
Culpepper tees it up. Clark and Jones back deep to receive for Ethel. Culpepper's going to pooch it. And ball rolls around there.
11 gets a hold to it, gets hammered in the process.
It's best to catch that thing.
Absolutely. Can be painful when you bobble that one, can it, Coach?
It can. That offensive and defensive line for the Bulldogs really stepped up and played well tonight. It's hot. I was down at halftime mingling in the crowd, and it's tough tonight, Doc. The air's thick, it's hard to breathe, and the kids have continued to play hard.
Weather's certainly a factor, and Bulldogs look crisp and sharp. despite being on the field for a long time.
Intended for Noah Hill, falls incomplete.
Look like we might have an injured Bulldog there. That's also Brooks. He like he took maybe a helmet on the shin. Referee's going to ask him to go off, make sure he's okay.
Not life-threatening, but it sure does hurt.
Those Alsterbrook boys are tough, Doc.
They're tough fellas, Coach.
They are tough guys. Connor Alsterbrook's one of the probably the all-time leading tacklers in Clarkdale history. Graduated a couple years ago. And younger brother kind of stepping in those footsteps. Speed sweep. No, it's a fake right there. My bad. Faked me out.
Yeah. Well-designed play.
Well-designed. Quarterback did a great job right there of concealing that. And that's going to bring us to the heat timeout.
Number 55, Elijah Hood. That brings us to the heat timeout here in the third quarter. I'd like to thank our football game day sponsors, Meridian Tire and Brake and Seal Neural Animal Hospital.
And we're back to action from that heat timeout. Again, thank you to our fine sponsors. Third and about 8. And nowhere to go right there. Going to bring up fourth down. Hood on the tackle.
Bulldog defense, of course, has that one figured out. Elijah Hood, whose name we say a lot, getting in there and getting the job done.
Fourth down and about 7.
4th and 7. Back in punt formation. Ethel doesn't have enough guys on the field. Trying to get that figured out.
We'll see if this one actually gets into the air this time.
And they will kick it. End over end. And
takes a Ethel bounce. And watch it go around a little bit.
Hopkins wisely gets away from that one. Obviously that conversation Coach Brandon had with him over the last punt did some good.
Absolutely. A little correction and direction never hurts. Hopkins doing the smart thing. Let one out and bounce around. Bulldogs take over at their 26-yard line. Holding a commanding 28-0 lead. Once again, I'm sure we'll see the Bulldogs try to grind it out, burn some of that clock.
I'd like to see the Bulldogs put together a drive right here. Everything's been short field. The long run by LaDonya. I'd like to see them put together, one of those 10 to 14 play drives and just control the game right here.
That would certainly close it out and give them the opportunity to work out any kinks they may still have in their offensive sets.
Gives to Brown.
Isaiah Brown, the ball carrier, brought down by number 65, Jacob Holland.
I think, pretty sure that 65 was in the backfield right around the time Brown got the handoff.
Good game, maybe a loss of 1.
Brown able to pick up, fight and pick up about a yard. Give straight ahead. Brown running hard again, going to pick up one or two.
Isaiah Brown, the ball carrier. Stop made by number 1, Bobo Hubbard.
Going to bring up 3rd and 7.
3rd down and 7. Upcoming for the Bulldogs.
Often at this juncture in the game, you see teams in the lead pick up big chunks of yardage, occasionally break a big run. Opposing defense, often tired from having been on the field for so long, and in their case, unfortunately convinced of how the game is ultimately going to turn out.
Culpepper keeps right there, nowhere to go. Loses probably a yard.
In defense of Ethel's defense, despite the fact they've been on the field a lot tonight, they appear to be still stepping up.
Punt
team coming out. Culpepper will drop back into punt formation.
In the punt, Marcus Jones back deep for the Tigers.
Culpepper
just gets that one away, but has decent hang time, but no bounce, and is down at the 33. Where the Ethel Tigers will take over, trailing 28-0 with precious time slipping away. We'll see if Ethel's offense has anything new to show us.
Going to pass right here.
Oh, and
ball's
he
in
takes
the air.
A pop
and picked off by LaDonya Adams. Great coverage right there.
Quarterback was under pressure. Wound up on his behind after that throw, and LaDonya Adams with fantastic coverage just took it away. But at least it was something different.
Absolutely.
Bulldogs with a fresh 4 downs. See what they can do with the football.
I'm sure they had a conversation with that O-line on that short break they just had and said, hey, look, guys, let's finish this ball game.
Absolutely.
Culpepper's not going to get this one off.
Grind it out.
Culpepper doesn't get this one off. It's going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game against the Bulldogs.
Culpepper's got to watch that play clock there and be aware of that. You don't want to snap it with too much time, but on a change of possession, the clock's not running anyway. So let's go ahead and run the play.
Something I'm sure he and Coach Brandon have a little talk about. 28-0 is a good time to make those adjustments and discuss them. Experiment with a few things.
Bulldogs go to a true spread right here. Going to let Culpepper. Culpepper's got a ton of room.
A ton of room on the outside. Picks up the first down and some
still
more.
Going.
Still on his feet.
And that's going to be. Do have a flag right there.
Flag came flying in toward the end of the play there.
It's going to be a spot foul.
Officials marking that one off against the Clarkdale Bulldogs.
We'll see what that is there. That'll be a first down. Still enough for a first down.
Is the call against the Bulldogs. Relegate some of the game, but first down, Bulldogs.
Blocking the back, despite the penalty, as you said, still a first down.
Bulldogs tight end, top of your screen. 2 receivers to the bottom.
Culpepper quick pass, and that one is almost picked off. Number 8 had it in his hands, bounced it around a little bit, finally let it hit the ground.
Culpepper didn't make a very good read right there. He had
and we have a late flag coming in. Culpepper, I'm sure, would like to have that one back, she said.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs.
Those type penalties are.
Second down and 25.
Those type penalties will kill you right here. You're late in the game, and you still got to play a clean game.
I predict somebody will hear about that from Coach Brandon.
Yeah. Culpepper had on that last play down there. It was a simple slant bubble combination. Both DBs jumped the slant. Bubble was wide open. I think Culpepper had his mind made up pre-snap that he was throwing that slant. The window just closed up on him. Culpepper keeps. Nice tackle right there.
Nice tackle. Tripped up near the line of scrimmage.
Tripped up by number 22.
Culpepper had a seam right there, and if 22 doesn't make that tackle, then Culpepper's off to the races.
I'd bring up third and some kind of long.
Yeah, third and long. Let's see what Coach Brandon wants to do right here. I'm sure he wants to. 28-0. You want to. You don't want to. Do something that's gonna.
No need to do anything risky.
But again, you want to try a few things maybe that you haven't tried, and gives to Isaiah Brown. Brown's got some running room.
Brown has a lot of real estate. He is still on his feet and down the sidelines. Brown showing some speed of his own. He's going to bring it into the end zone.
They're going to call him out of bounds right there.
Right at the 1.
That is a nice run by Brown.
Nice run there by Isaiah Brown.
Brown has shown the power all night long, and he got a crease and made a great run right there.
Popped through there, found the lane down the sidelines, and has the Bulldogs once again knocking at the door. It wouldn't surprise me terribly to see Isaiah Brown touch that football again here.
Yeah, I'd love to see Isaiah get it right here and get rewarded for that. Put it in Brown's hand, let him score. Referee's having a conversation right here.
Official headed over to have some kind of conference with Ethel's head coach. Not sure what's generating the discussion.
Now he's going to come over and have a conversation with Coach Brandon. Players probably getting a little chippy out there, a little talkative.
I'm going to guess that's what's brought on all of this talk.
Coach Brandon's one of those old school guys. He does not tolerate any of that stuff. So he's going.
No, we'll see a crowd of fellas either behave themselves or sit down on the bench. One of the two.
He's old school. He doesn't like any of the, the college game and the pro game has turned into a lot of that stuff. And, the high school game, the officials still want to keep it true to what it's supposed to be. And
the first charge timeout here in the second half.
Coach Brandon calls a timeout right here, and I'm sure he's going to have that conversation with the guys right here.
I feel like that is almost certainly the talk that we are having. And my compliments to Coach Brandon and to the officials for trying to keep that sort of thing out of the game. As you pointed out, in many ways the college game and the pro game are going in that direction, and frankly, in my opinion, are worse for it.
I agree.
It's the little things people do for you that make a difference. And if you like a financial partner who does all those little things for you, then you'll like us. We take the time to get to know you. Here there's a belief in working together locally, neighbor to neighbor, to help you every step of the way in those important finance matters. First State Bank. Serving you is what we do best. Member FDIC. Online at firststatebnk.com.
And we're back from that timeout. Again, thank you to our fine sponsors. Culpepper brings up the Bulldogs, and we're going to have
a flag right to start with. Not sure what that's about.
Offsides against the offense.
Yeah, we'll back up and try it again.
Not sure what the confusion is right here.
First down and goal.
Lots of talk, and now yet another conference. And now looks like we're going to get around to playing football.
First down and goal from, I don't know, we're right inside the 10. Coach Brandon sends in the play. Adams finds a seam, cuts it back up.
Touchdown, LaDanya Adams.
Adams with his second score of the night.
Adams will run around the end in the end zone there.
Adams hadn't played much offense. He's been playing mainly defense, but when he does play offense, he gives a nice little added spark in there.
Extra point upcoming. Clarkdale 34-0. Just a little icing on the cake.
And the kick is up. And it's good.
And it is good. Coach, as you pointed out, the rain has held off, but the weather's still certainly a factor this evening. Hot, sticky kind of weather that drains somebody when they're engaged in physical activity, the way these guys are out there on the field. But Bulldogs apparently well conditioned, have held up well during this ball game. Still appear to have a little spring in their step.
You know, it's kind of surprising. I don't want to jinx it, but you know, we haven't seen the cramps tonight from either team.
The benefits of good conditioning. Apparently both these teams pretty good conditioning programs.
Culpepper tees it up. And he kicks a low liner, bounces off a player. They're trying to get on it.
Number 3 picks it up.
Not much running room. Ball comes out to about the 25.
Number 3, Anton Clark, fills the kick. Stop made by number 20, Parker Webb.
And trailing 35-0. Ethel Tigers will try to get something going.
The I do think there is a new rule in high school football where the clock is supposed to run. Hey, guys, clock's supposed to be running 35. There's a flag? Yeah, flag. He has an opportunity to score. When you get to 35. Looks like it's going to be offsetting penalties.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offsetting penalties of his league.
After some offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, Ethel will step up and try to get something rolling. At this juncture in the ball game, trailing 35-0. Any score, give them something to build on for another week. Clock remains stopped with 50 seconds left in the third quarter as discussion continues on the field amongst the officials. And now it looks like we're back to playing football.
And we're going to pass it right here.
Jones completes the pass. Doesn't pick up very much, 3-yard pickup or so.
Covered up real well right there. Lance Rawson on the coverage. Picks up about 4 or 5.
That'll bring up a second down, one of the rare pass plays we've seen from Ethel this evening.
And bad snap.
And that one, bad snap, slips out of Jones' hand, and he is
nowhere to go
in the backfield.
Dr. Bulldogs looked as fresh right there as they've looked the entire game. They are absolutely flying around to the football. And with that, into the third, Bulldogs 35, Ethel 0.
When do you think Sun South?
When the fields need planting.
When it's time for that tranquil getaway from that daily 9-to-5 grind.
When you have work to be done, think Sun South, where quality John Deere equipment is more affordable. Sun South, those that do.
Got a few new Bulldogs that have checked into the game. Number 14, Elijah Hardaway.
Getting some young guys an opportunity to get in there and get some experience.
13, Cade Culpepper. And
they do a respectable job of shutting down the Ethel Tigers on that one.
Jay Carter there on another tackle. Jay and Hood have absolutely dominated on their sides of the football.
We've heard their names a lot this evening, haven't we, Coach?
Those are two big guys that are extremely athletic, and they are hard to block.
And as you pointed out correctly, I have the benefit of sitting down while the offensive line is on the field.
Oh, gives back underneath. That's a nice job. Also Brooks on the tackle right there for a loss. That is a nice job. Also Brooks stepped in there and made a nice tackle. Got a couple players down. He's going to get up on his own accord. We'd like
And back to the game now. Clock running with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Bulldogs take over on downs. The looks like they're going to try to put that looks like they're going to put their second string offense in, give those guys a run at it.
Always good to give those young guys an opportunity to get in and get some experience. Certainly pays off in the long run. Preparing for the moment when these gentlemen will be doing the heavy lifting for the Clarkdale Bulldogs.
Joyner brings up the offense. Also Brooks with a handoff right up the middle there and nothing going.
Joyner hands the ball off to Asher Also Brooks. Got maybe number 78.
The clock will be running the rest of this game. There's a new rule in high school football. Once the score gets to a 35-point difference in the second half, the clock will run. I think that's a nice rule that MHSAA put in this year.
Motion there's a snap.
Ball looks like it came out.
That one pops loose.
Hardaway falls back on it.
Recovered by the Bulldogs.
And off goes to 14, Eli Hardaway. Bring up third down and long.
It's going to be third down and 16 or so.
Delay a game against the Bulldogs. Those young fellas trying to get it figured out and get things clicking. But a good opportunity to get in there as young guys and learn these things.
Joyner's going to keep it. Finds a little running room right there. Nice tackle.
Takes a pretty good lick right there and pops right back up.
Picks up 3 or 4.
And that will bring up a 4th and long for the Clarkdale Bulldogs.
Timeout. All right, guys, you see our upcoming schedule there on the screen. Got a big game next week against Stringer. That's Coach Brandon's alma mater, where he won a state championship. That's going to be a big one. Sebastopol's a pretty good football team. And then in a few weeks, we start district play. Ball pops out, rolls around. It's a scramble to get it. I don't think it really matters who got it because it was 4th down.
And Ethel taking over on downs. Got a few snaps in for those young guys. As you point out, Coach, a couple of solid warm-ups coming up before we go into that district schedule.
Sebastopol, again, pretty good team. Stringer, not too bad. At Sacred Heart game last year, both teams rolled into that undefeated. And then there's September the 30th, we start district play. Would love to go into that thing, 5-0. Mark October the 14th, though, guys, here versus Enterprise. I stole Coach Brandon from Enterprise to be he was the principal there, coached there a little bit. Kids go to school there.
Always a big game, but with even more meaning this year, Coach.
Even more.
Ball pops loose.
And nothing happening right there.
.550 left in the ball game. Clock running.
Rolling some more defenders in and out of there. Got Hood coming out right here. Hood had a great ball game. And we're going to have the heat timeout. Got a score update for you. I believe Southeast is down 12-8 with about 6 minutes left in their ball game. Southeast versus Heidelberg. Quarterback with a Morton is down right now. One of our division foes. Northeast Lauderdale is down 10-7 against Northeast Jones.
Here at Chris Mabry Field, Ethel Bulldogs have a 4th and 1. And they do indeed pick up the first down and more.
Number 3 is in there running and pounding. Picks up a first down.
Ethel putting together a little bit of a drive, trying to wind this game up on a high note.
Those JV Bulldogs out there trying to preserve the shutout. Clock is ticking. Closing in on the 3-minute mark. Direct snap to 15. He runs around the right side. Got some running room.
Picks up a first down and then some. Made it inside the 30.
West Lauderdale's up 21-0 over Newton County right now. West Lauderdale rolling.
Our friends from the other side of the county
we
having a big evening.
Love to see our county schools do well unless they're playing the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
Clock's running down to about the 2-minute mark. And going to be a delay of game. Clock still ticking. Oh, some
Ethel
confusion
snaps it
right
to nobody.
there. And
Picked
the
up by the Clarkdale
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, and that will do it for this season.
Yeah, that'll do it. Bulldogs will take. They will take over. May not even have to run a play right here because the clock is continuing to run based off that new rule.
The band is selling Boston butts for Labor Day. If interested, please see Mr. Landrum or a band member.
Yeah, there will be a time. Well, I don't know. No, maybe not. Don't think there is. Clock is continuing.
So, Bulldogs come out this evening, answer some big questions about the offensive line. Defense looks sharp as ever. Team's apparently well-disciplined, well-conditioned, ready to go. A fitting beginning for the Bubba Brandon era.
Don't think we're going to get this playoff right here, Doc. Clock's winding down to 4. We're going to back it up 5 yards before we actually run a play. And that's all right. New quarterback checks into the game, number 15, Cameron Crowell. He's a freshman. Getting his first varsity snap. Clock continuing to run down. This is going to be the last play of the ball game right here. Cameron takes a snap, keeps it around the left side. Nice little piece of running there by the freshman quarterback. And clock's down to 7. And
that'll
that's
be
going to do
for
it
this evening.
Great game by the Bulldogs, both sides of the football. Absolutely dominated the game. Final score, Clarkdale 35, Ethel 0.
Ethel puts up a little resistance to start with, but Clarkdale pretty well dominates. Congratulations to Coach Brandon and the Clarkdale Bulldogs. A big win tonight. Clarkdale on the road next week.
Headed to
versus Stringer.
Red Devils.
Stringer Red Devils.
Hope everybody travels safe home tonight. Those of you following us live on Facebook, thank you for being with us. Again, if you want to be a sponsor, contact Kyle Crenshaw. We'll get you in the rotation. Thank you to our sponsors. And for Clarkdale Bulldog Football, this is Brian Jerd signing out.
And this is Roy McNeil wishing